Warning, the following episode contains strong language and adult themes.
Hello, my name's Mike, and oh shit. Hello, I'm Mike from What Pictures, and this is a brand new episode of What the Fuck, the series where we take 4 stories, I've got to read through them, and basically try and decode whether or not they're true or false. Only one is false, and I'm probably going to get it horrendously wrong. Bloody hell. Right, this is the first story. LA gang member gold plates own genitals to death. Is that meant to say like in Los Angeles? In Los Angeles, an LA gang member, bloody hell, Nazario Conchuza Gonzalez, who is part of the infamous MS-13 gang, also called Mara Salvatrucha, has died of medical complications after attempting to gold plate his own genital to celebrate his 17th anniversary. His wife can't have been happy with that, can she? Is he dead, or is it just the genitals that are dead? The young man, that is originally from El Salvador and is an active member of the MS-13 crime family, is believed to have attempted to gold plate his own genitals with a professional automotive gold plater stolen from a local garage after first painting his genitals with lead-based paint. You can get stoned on lead-based paint. I'm pretty sure you can inhale the toxic fume. He must have been off his nut. The 17-year-old man, who was allegedly a fan of the 2002 American comedy movie Goldmember, which is a loose parody of the James Bond films Goldfinger, had taken the Spanish nickname Pelotas de Oro, or golden testicles, before attempting to gold plate his own genitals to his ultimate demise. That is really bad, isn't it? Like, what other films could you be obsessed with where they just went really, really bad for you?
Die Hard.
Exactly. Dr. Ian Josephson of the Los Angeles Community Hospital warns of a growing trend within gang members to attempt the deadly operation. So people have seen this and gone, yes, solid idea. We'll do it again, we'll give it a go. Would you be infertile? Is that just a really, really advanced way of, castrating someone? This is the 3rd case this year. But we have had many occurrences in hospitals in the region these past years. It seems to be a growing trend within the gang member community, he told reporters. I have no idea where this idea comes from, but plating one's own genitals will only ultimately end in serious medical complications or even death, as we have seen in this case, he explained. My arm. I'd do my arm.
I was thinking the arm.
Could you just be like, ooh, golden arm? Or I could get a big lump of gold to make it look like I've got a bicep. Just one bicep. Some experts believe the tradition might find its roots in prehistoric Mesoamerican cultures such as the Mayas, who painted parts of their bodies with gold paint to empower themselves and as an offering to the gods. It's a bit outdated that now, isn't it, really? I don't know what to make of that. You know what? If I could do it and it was guaranteed that I wouldn't die, and that maybe I could reverse the procedure, having a pair of golden balls just for maybe a couple of days would be quite fun. But I imagine after that you're like, oh shit, I've got golden balls and I'm a weirdo. As if people weren't already scared to get the balls out as they are, it would look even weirder. Do you reckon they wrinkle? Story number 2. Canadian gets arrested after flying in garden chair carried by balloons. That just sounds like, what's that film? Yeah, that's the one, except not a house, a garden chair. Amazing. Daniel Boria was charged with mischief after the bold stunt, which he carried out to promote his cleaning products company. That's not clean, you're just flying. Bloody hell, Sillet Bang wouldn't do that, would they? You can trust Sillet Bang, you're not going to go flying with them. The 26-year-old said at one point he looked up and saw some of his 110 helium-filled balloons popping and the $20 chair he was sitting on shaking. He then looked down to see a 747 taking off. That's like something like a GTA, you put in a cheat code and all of a sudden you're in a chair watching planes below you. It was incredible. It was the most surreal experience you can ever imagine. Boria, who says he's a skydiver, claims he intended to parachute himself into the Calgary Stampede, an annual rodeo festival in the city. However, he missed the grounds, landing in a nearby industrial field, merely spraining his ankle. Right, that's proper lost me there, because A stampede is not a good thing to land in. Calgary police said the charges against Bory are related to the chair, which they say could have caused injury to somebody if it fell to the ground. What about him? What about if he fell to the ground and caused injury? To himself. Inspector Kyle Grant told CBC he expected Boria to face further charges, adding, "I think he will end up out of pocket quite a bit. It probably would have been cheaper to get a billboard." I'm not sure he's right there, is he? I mean, impractical, yeah, to fly up that high. Definitely not worth it, but I mean, probably cheaper than a billboard. I knew I would get arrested, but I didn't think they would pursue it as heavily as they did. Fella, you were like above a plane in a chair. What do you expect? Oh, sound that. Yeah, you can come down anytime you want, pal. Fucking hell. While police confiscated Boria's parachute, the chair and the balloons were left floating somewhere in the air. We're in the midst of tracking that down, a friend said. How do you not notice a chair in the sky? There's no in midst of tracking it down. I'm sure people would phone up like, by the way, there's a chair in the sky. No one's on it, but there is a chair. I don't know about that one either.
Did it have a seatbelt?
It doesn't say. Was he safe at all? Did he take any precautions, or did he just kind of give it a go? It sounds fucking ridiculous, but I bet. Like, what about the guy who shot himself in the penis? I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but he still managed to do it, so. Story number 3. Computer says no. Frustrated man shoots his computer 8 times. 8? That's a lot, isn't it? That's overkill. A computer is definitely dead after one shot. All you need to do is drop it down. You don't even need a gun. You don't even need a gun to break a computer. There are several other ways and more efficient ways. Save your bullets. We must have all felt like it at times when the computer we are using runs slowly and you watch the tiny circle going round and round whilst you sit getting more angry as you wait for the page to appear. However few, we imagine, would go to the lengths that Lucas Hinch did in Colorado Springs when he became so angry and frustrated because Control-Alt-Delete would not reboot his computer. He took the computer outside and shot it, not once, but 8 times. What a scene that must have been for like neighbours and just people driving past, just some fella popping 8 bullets into a screen. Amazing. You don't get that on the Wirral. No, you just get people trying to rob your socks from your shoes instead. Now Mr. Hinch has found himself in trouble with the law when he was briefly detained for discharging a firearm within the city. Do you reckon he lives on his own? No, he must live on his own. If he gets that angry with the computer, he definitely lives on his own. A spokesman explained that Mr. Hinch had absolutely no idea when he reenacted a scene from the old Wild West. Ooh, voice crack. That he was breaking the law and he must now wait before he becomes a judge. Yeah, right. And he must now wait before he comes before a judge. Why is everybody coming before each other? Who will decide what penalty he is to receive. That's not sound. If he's going to shoot a computer, imagine what he could do to a human. According to reports from a police spokesman, Jeff Strossner, he had been having trouble with the computer for several months, and he just got tired of fighting with it. He sure will not be having trouble with it now. It sounds like an abusive relationship, doesn't it? It's not just a man using a computer like any normal person would. This fella has clearly got intimacy issues. As the Colorado Springs Gazette, the local newspaper, pointed out, he was able to wreak the kind of revenge only most of us dream about. One thing for sure is that the computer is not expected to make a full recovery. I can definitely clarify that most people do not dream about shooting a computer 8 times. That's not an achievement. It can't even fight back. 8 times is very excessive. Like, really, that's a lot. I feel sorry for the computer, if anything. Have you ever got that pissed off with a computer? Only on a video game. And still at that point, I don't feel like shooting it. Maybe like booting it and then like kicking it while it's down. But not following up with an automatic rifle, like. Oh, come on now. Brutal. You don't know what this is either, do you? No. Well, you're in for a treat. Story number 4. Cousins caught in the act when priest finds them having orgy in churchyard. Not in the church, not in a house, but in the churchyard. Oh God. I'm just thinking of like my church at home now, and all my childhood memories are being ruined. One by one. They have a nice little garden actually in the church by mine. It's attached to my primary school, but these people don't care. They want to hear the juicy stuff about incest. Actually, is it incest if it's your cousin? Yeah. Just checking, just for a mate. Late Thursday night, a call was made to Yorkshire Police. Yorkshire, of course. To report inappropriate behaviour and activity in the churchyard. The call was made by Father Thomas, reporting he was disturbed during his confession by a sound of a man grunting. He claimed he went outside to check, stating it sounded like somebody was in pain. I opened the door at the back of the tea room and was absolutely mortified. It's like one of those social experiment pranks, isn't it? Like, we're going to film ourselves fucking behind a church and see what the priest thinks. And he just comes out with, like, the bread and the wine in his hands, like, oh.
Well, they've got to have a handy for them, just in case the 13-year-old boy just walks across.
The story unfolded as Father Thomas came across a woman and two men involved in a twisted orgy, according to a woman at confession at the time that wishes to remain anonymous, said that she recognised the teen from an outside of school club. That's really weird. It's really weird that she wants to remain anonymous as well, as if people are going to be like, you've seen this, you're dirty. You're forever unclean. You're not welcome in our church again. You're going straight to purgatory. Yeah. Oh, this is a quote from her now, I think. They were the sweetest group of children. Notice the use of past tense there. They were. Until I saw them all ragging each other senseless. It would have been horrifying to see anybody in that circumstance but their cousins, blood-related cousins. What could push people to want to have sex with someone from their family? What would their mothers think? I have 3 words for that. Game of Thrones. That could be the only logical answer. I see no other incest in society today other than Game of Thrones. Very popular. Very good.
What, the Game of Thrones or the incest?
Both. Once they were aware of being caught in the act, that means that they stood and watched for a little bit before they fucking told him. Go on, carry on. Oh, they know we're here now. The woman pulled down her skirt, running off, leaving the 2 men to pick up toys and other items that they had with them. Bloody hell. They've come prepared for a proper, like, fiendish sex session here. Christ. Literally. Yeah. The police arrived after the threesome scurried off, presumably back home, but it wasn't long before the officers arrived at the home, where it is reported they all live in together, with the eldest's mother and stepfather. Oh God. The trio were arrested after CCTV footage of the property was reviewed, and the discovery of the teen's bloodied underwear. That is not cool. That is so not cool. You know what? I pray that you didn't write this. Oh, I can't get that out of my head. I feel dirty. I need to get a shower after this. It is heard that they could be prosecuted for voyeurism and breaking the Sexual Offences Act from 2003, leading up to 2 years in prison and or a fine, but is yet to be finalised. I really want to say that one's the fake one, but I don't at the same time. Well, what happened this episode? First story number 1, LA gang member, mambo number 5. LA gang member gold plates his own genitals to death. Story number 2, Canadian gets arrested after flying in garden chair carried by balloons. Story number 3, frustrated man shoots his computer 8 times. 8 whole times. Story number 4, cousins caught in the act when priest finds them having orgy in churchyard.
What do you think is a fake one?
Let's see. Right, I think that story number 4 was the false one. But it wasn't, was it? I bet it's bloody true.
You're fucking right.
Am I?
Hey!
Yeah! Sorted it. Nailed it. Hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Obviously, I got it right because I'm Mike Glass and that's what I do. I smash things. Please leave a like or a comment and subscribe to the channel. Also look at the links below for links to our social media accounts like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I've been Mike Glass.